The focus after yesterday's update is on telecom, isn't it? 5G spectrum auctions on the horizon. TRAI has given its recommendations. What's this about?
Absolutely, Alex, and all focus actually on that particular development that we've picked up, and that is TRAI has actually recommended cutting the base price of 5G airways in the 5G spectrum auction. The regulatory body has recommended to cut the base price of coveted 700 megahertz band by 40% and 3,300 to 3,670 megahertz band by 36%. But what does this exactly mean? Is this what the telecom players wanted, or is this much less than what they're expected? Let me bring on board my colleague Somit to explain to us exactly the gravity of this particular development. And Somit, we all know the telecom players wanted a cut in the base price for 5G spectrum auction. Is this what they wanted? Will this benefit the players?
Well, they actually wanted a cut. They wanted a cut of around 90 to 95%, but what has come out from this recommendation will not suffice their needs. Now, if you see, there are two spectrum bands that are required for 5G services, that is 700 and 3,300 to 3,600. Now, the prices of both these bands have been cut in the range of around 35 to 40%. Now, this is for the 20-year period, but now as the 5G spectrums will be given for a 30-year period, the prices of this 30-year period spectrum would be 1.5 times the new prices of the 20-year spectrum. So if you see, the net reduction in cash outflow for a telecom company if they need to buy this spectrum would be low by only 3 to 10%. Now this is against the demand what the telecom operators had asked for around 90 to 95% cut. So not much of a positive coming in for the telecom companies when it comes to spectrum pricing. But when it comes to the payment plans, now there is some positive or some way TRAI has tried to meet the demands of the telecom companies. Now they have given two options for the telecom companies. First option is you make some upfront payment, you take a moratorium because you have already made an upfront payment, and you pay the balance amount over the remaining period. Now the total outgo of cash for this would be 30 years. So if suppose you pay 3,300 crore right now, you make that is the part upfront payment, then you get a moratorium for say 2 years or 3 years, and then you pay the remaining over equal installments over the remaining balance period. The second option is you pay the interest upfront to maintain the NPV, that is the net present value of the spectrum asset, and then you pay the required remaining amount over 30 equal installments over 30-year period. So this is the two payment option. Now this is not exactly what the telecom operators wanted, but TRAI has tried to meet and relax the payment structure. If you see the current payment structure, it is where the telecom companies have to pay nearly 25 to 30%, 25 to 50% of the spectrum prices upfront. They get a 2-year moratorium post that, and then the remaining amount needs to be paid over a 16-year period. So compared to the current payment structure, the proposed payment structure by TRAI is a bit relaxed. So on that front, TRAI has done a better job for the telecom companies, but on the pricing front, if you see, not much of relaxation that has come in for the telecom companies.
Absolutely, you said it, Somit. And in fact, let's talk about the implications for the telecom companies as well. Joining us now to take you through that are Rajesh Agarwal as well as Hemen Kapadia. Good morning, gentlemen. Rajesh, I'll come to you first. How big is this development? It's not what the telecom companies had wanted, but 5G is the future. So is there going to be an implication, and which stock do you like in this space?
Cheryl, yes, you said it right. 5G is the future. But what I believe is it's still some time when the dream comes true because of various reasons. One, because of the high cost involved. And as TRAI has tried to reduce some of the cost, but it's not up to what the telecom operators were looking for. As far as my knowledge goes, they were looking for around a reduction of almost 95% of what was suggested in August 2018. But what they got instead was around 39% of that. So still, there is I think they are going to again ask for something. And as far as the recent yesterday's recommendation goes, yes, they have tried to reduce it down. But when you compare to international players, like in countries like Germany or South Korea, they're still much, much higher than what is prevailing there. First. Second, TRAI has also tried to give them payment facility like they have tried to increase liquidity by encourage investments, easy payment option, moratorium, and all those things, as Samil was trying to just explain. But I think these things are not going to help much to the telecom company because a lot of capital is required and they are still trying to fight with capital. So all in all, I don't think that there is much of excitement in yesterday's recommendation for the telecom sector as a whole at this point of time. As far as stocks which we like is on the basis of other developments like the RPUs that has been increased in the end of 21, that was 9 November and December. They have raised prepaid tariff by around 20-25%, and the full beneficial impact of the tariff would be witnessed in this quarter. So we believe that Airtel and Jio are going to report 10% sequential jump in their revenue, and that would be a great number, I would say, although subscriber addition would be muted because of single SIM and cleaning up of low RPU SIM by Jio and all. As far as companies are concerned, which we like, the first one obviously is Jio because of its revenue model, the high RPUs going forward, and the number of subscribers. And the second one would be Bharti Airtel. We have seen numbers being better in the recent past. So these are the two companies which we like.
That is Reliance Industries, and Bharti Airtel remain the top pick for Rajesh in the telecom space. Yes, nothing much exciting in yesterday's recommendations when it comes to the telecom players is what Rajesh has to say. Hemen, good morning to you. What's your view on the telecom space, on the charts? How do they look? Which is your preferred bet? Do you concur with Rajesh? It is Airtel all the way?
Yes, I think I agree with what Rajesh said. I think there's not much to choose from. Reliance looks good, but Jio is a part of Reliance and not only Jio. So I would pure telecom. I'd look at Bharti Airtel. Cheryl, we've been moving sideways for 7 months now. Yes, and this is after we've had a run up. So I'd say that we have stopped for a small hiatus in the midst of an up move. So we've been here in a range between 640 and 780, 82 for 6.5 months or so. Everything seems to suggest that we've just had a 140-point move, Cheryl. So after a small cool off, we'll be seeing an upside move above 780. That should take it to 920 and more. So yes, if I were to pick and choose, yes, I think Reliance, but then like I said, Reliance is not only telecom, so it would be Bharti. Looks good, buy on declines. On the other hand, Vodafone, there's not much to lose. It's down at the bottom. It's oversold, nothing to lose. But yeah, simply put, Airtel looks good for, let's see, approximately 20% move from here in the next 6 to 7 months. Sure.